Are you into strange and spooky? Then you need to check out Shadow Market on June 27th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Manchester Event and Visitor Center in Manchester, Tennessee. It's just a short drive from Nashville. Shadow Market's a living tapestry of gothic goods, high fantasy, horror, dark art, oddities, and all things wonderfully weird. Pre-purchase tickets are just $11 or $15 at the door on the day of the event. You can purchase tickets and vendor booths now at shadowmarketus.com. Again, that's shadowmarketus.com. And be sure to follow Shadow Market on Facebook at facebook.com/shadowmarketus. Stay spooky.
Hey, welcome, guys. All right, before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know these Vault shows I'm doing. Every Monday, I'm dropping a show from the Vault. I found an old hard drive, old episodes that are no longer available. So in this one, it's the Tootsies, the old Honky Tonk in Nashville on Broadway. It's world famous. It's got the orchid paint scheme out front. I mean, this is where the tourists come to Nashville. They always go to Tootsie's. But there's a lot of history there and a lot of hauntings. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. And I hope you guys will stay tuned for tomorrow for Tennessee Tales Tuesday. So here's a new episode. Or the old episode. The new old episode. Anyway, here it is.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Southern Ghost Stories, where we talk about some of the most haunted places in the South. I'm your host Chelsea, along with Alan.
Hello.
We hope you enjoyed our last podcast on the Lalaurie Mansion in New Orleans. If you're interested in finding out more information about the Lalaurie Mansion or other haunted locations around New Orleans, check out our New Orleans Ghost Map app, which allows you to customize your own ghost tour, along with our books Southern Ghost Stories, Historical Hauntings, and Southern Ghost Stories, Ghost of Gallatin. Today, we're going to talk about Tootsie's Orchid Lounge in Nashville. Alan, can you give us some background on this world-famous bar?
In 1960, former part-time country singer and comedian Hattie Louise Best, better known as Tootsie, bought the Victorian building on 422 Broadway and opened a bar called Mom's. She wanted to freshen the place up, so she hired a man to paint it. However, when she came back to check on him, she saw that he had painted the building purple. With her new purple bar, she changed the name to Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. It quickly became the place to be in Nashville. Hattie's timing was impeccable, as the Grand Ole Opry was red hot, and her bar was right by the Ryman Auditorium. Before and after the Opry, country music fans flocked to Tootsie's to hear even more live country music, featuring undiscovered artists such as Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. Willie Nelson actually convinced Patsy Cline's husband to play the demo for a song he had written called Crazy over a beer at Tootsie's in 1960. A year later, it became one of the biggest hits of all time when Patsy finally recorded it. A few years later, Roger Miller wrote his number one song, Dang Me, in a booth in the back of the bar one night. Anyone who was anyone in country music in the 60s and 70s, they were a regular at Tootsie's. Waylon Jennings, Mel Tillis, Chris Christopherson, Tom T. Hall, Little Jimmy Dickens, Del Reeves, and Buck Owens are just a few of the stars who were regulars at Tootsie's. A loosely kept secret in Nashville was that each night after a performer finished playing in the Opry, Tootsie Best would put some quarters in the jukebox and have several of their songs playing in the bar, just to make the singer feel like they were really, really special.
Tales of country music royalty misbehaving was commonplace at Tootsie's. Tom T. Hall lost a bet one night and had to go streaking butt naked through the bar. Willie Nelson got drunk and ran outside and lay down in the street until Bess ran out and told him to come back inside. Chris Christopherson had gone on record stating that he was arrested several times after leaving Tootsie's, charged with public intoxication. Things got so bad that Bess even let Christopherson sleep on the third floor some nights. Chris's buddy Willie Nelson also had been known to crash at Tootsie's after a long night or when he just needed a place to crash. There was a belief that if your picture could get into Tootsie's Wall of Fame, your career would be blessed and you would have a string of hits. After this became common knowledge, the wall began to spread all over the bar, And country icons such as Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings' pictures were suddenly surrounded by every other country singer who just moved to Nashville. At one point, it was believed that Tootsie's had thousands of pictures of country artists all over the bar. Bess had a soft spot for those up-and-coming artists, and supposedly had a cigar box behind the bar that was filled with IOUs from singers and songwriters who had come in but couldn't pay their tab. In addition to taking down the amount you owed, she also took down what your talent was. So if someone came in looking for a drummer, and you were listed as a drummer in the cigar box, Bess would try and help you get a job in the music industry. Originally, Bess reserved the upstairs for the stars of the Opry on Saturday night. However, she eventually opened the entire bar up so fans could mingle with their favorite performers. Whether you headlined the Opry or were a truck driver from Kansas, Tootsie Bess treated everyone the same. That is, unless you were causing trouble. That's when she would break out a 3-inch hat pin and stick you in the side with it. The hat pin was given to her by Charlie Pride to protect herself against some of the rednecks that sometimes got out of hand in the bar. Sometimes she'd break it out and give some of her patrons a little prick to encourage them to get off their bar stool and finish their beer a little quicker.
When the Opry moved to its current location off Briley Parkway in 1974, the area around Tootsie started to go downhill a little bit. Instead of honky tonks, adult bookstores and peep shows became the norm on Broadway. Hattie was diagnosed with cancer in 1973, but held on until February 18, 1978, when she died at the age of 63. She was buried in an orchid casket holding an orchid in an orchid dress at Woodlawn Cemetery in Nashville. After Bess's death, the bar fell to her son Howard Dodson, and by the mid-'80s, the bar was on the brink of closing after falling into debt. In addition to the unpaid bills, the building was falling in on itself, and the top floor had been closed off due to it being so unsafe. On March 30th, 1985, a few weeks after celebrating its 25th anniversary, Tootsie's closed. Country singer Johnny Lee came in just before closing time and did a set and brought the house down with his song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. Chris Christopherson and Willie Nelson even popped in to say goodbye.
2 months later, after extensive renovations, Tootsie's was reopened after country singer Johnny Russell bought the bar. In the 1990s, the bar changed hands again under new ownership, and with the revitalized downtown, Tootsie's began to flourish again as one of the top honky tonks in Nashville. A new generation of stars, such as Travis Tritt, Keith Urban, Vince Gill, and others began to pop in and perform at Tootsie's every now and then. Even rock and roll legends like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith popped in and performed a set occasionally.
Like the Ryman, Tootsie's is thought to be haunted by the ghost of Hank Williams Sr. Many patrons say they have seen Hank's ghost in the alley behind Tootsie's that leads to the Ryman Auditorium, as well as in the bar. Supposedly, Hank likes to walk back and forth to the Ryman, since his spirit has been spotted there too. Chris Christopherson told friends after spending a few nights in the bar that he knew Tootsie's was haunted, and he even saw the ghost of Hank Williams while he was staying there. Some locals believe that Tootsie herself, Hattie Bess, stayed behind to tend after her bar. Employees have seen shadow figures inside the building after they close, and often hear footsteps as they clean up when no one else is around. Locals even claim to have seen Hattie at the bar when someone starts singing one of her favorite songs. While researching Tootsie's, I talked to several employees. One employee emphatically told me that the only thing that haunts Tootsie's are bad decisions. I have to admit, that did crack me up a little bit. However, aside from that one person, others I spoke to told me that they believe the bar is haunted. In the morning before opening is supposedly the creepiest time to be in the bar. When it's quiet and no one else is in the building, employees have mentioned feeling uneasy, like someone was watching them. If you are coming into Nashville for the weekend, you have to check out Tootsie's. In a sea of honky tonks along Broadway, Tootsie's is the original. They are open every day, 10 a.m. to 3 a.m.
We hope you enjoyed hearing all about Tootsie's. If you would like to learn more about the venue or other haunted locations around Music City, download the Nashville Ghost Map app in iTunes. Also, be sure to check out our website, southernghoststories.com, as well as our books, Southern Ghost Stories, Historical Hauntings, and Southern Ghost Stories, Ghost of Gallatin. Feel free to leave a comment or send us a message on our Facebook or Instagram accounts. Let us know about any creepy experiences you may have had. Also, feel free to give us some ideas on what location you'd like to hear us talk about on future shows.
Be sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Those reviews are very helpful, and we really appreciate everyone who's taken a few minutes to do it for us. Please be sure to check back with us next time as we discuss the Sultan's Palace in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. Ugh. Today, we're going to talk about
Did you forget where it was?
No,
It's in Nashville.
I know where Tootsie's is.
Okay. In 1960, former part-time country singer and comedian Hattie Louise Tootsie. I'm going to try to do that again, except I'm not going to screw up. Just stop talking. I can talk. Hattie's. Let me know when you're done.
Go ahead. Okay. I don't know. I'm laughing. Go ahead. Things got so bad that Bess even let Christopherson. Ugh. Whether you headline the Opry or were a truck driver from Kansas, Tootsie Bess treated everyone the same. That is, unless you were causing trouble. That's when she would break out a 3-inch hat pin and stick you in the side with it. I'm going to say that again.
Country singer Johnny Lee came in just before closing time and did a set and brought the house down with his song Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. Chris Christopherson and Willie Nelson.
Sorry.
Was that necessary?
It just popped in my head.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Do you want to sing any more songs? You take requests? Man, that was pretty horrible.
Monster City Madhouse, a year-round online store full of Halloween and classic horror shirts with an emphasis on the vintage look. Use code SAVE10 for 10% off your order. MonsterCityMadhouse.com. Free shipping and financing's available.